Hey,
Right.
what's going on, everybody?
Happy Thursday. That was pretty cool to watch, by the way, Chad.
Yeah, we do CRM training and like Q&A and help 30 minutes before the blueprint Zoom. So sometimes it spills over a couple minutes, but I mean, it's part of the business. If you're going to do this business at any sort of high level, you have to have a CRM of some sort to keep organized. So
Absolutely.
if anybody's interested, in just looking and watching, you guys can hop in here and kind of learn how to organize your data and your CRM stuff. Hopping
So
on
does
over.
that happen like at 5 o'clock then? Or the different time?
Well, for me, it's 6 o'clock Mountain Time right now. I'm in Arizona, so East Coast is what 8 p.m. I guess. Uh, every day that we have this Zoom, so Monday through Thursday. Me, Manny, and Dallas are hopping on and helping out, answer
Okay,
CRM questions.
sweet.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
and then we roll right into this Zoom, and then we start talking real estate. So, all right, welcome everybody. Cody, what's up? Diana, what's up? Graham, TJ, Mike Lay's in the building. What up, buddy?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Diana.
All
All
right,
right. What do we got? I think we're doing calibrations tonight, right? Maybe some role play and calibrations for a lot of the newer people.
Yeah, so we have a call from one of our newbies, Jose. And then James submitted a call earlier in the week that he wanted to hear from one of his team members. So we have those two in the queue.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's do it.
Yep,
Uh,
we'll start with.
Before as they pull that up, the call recordings. Anybody got any questions or anything before we get rolling? Bagu, what's up?
Hi, Chad. Um, so I had an interesting thing happen to me today. Uh, so two questions. First of all, if it's the wrong data and the person's not interested, how do I just do I choose one of those things on the
Yeah,
dialer thing?
you put not interested for it.
Just
Yeah,
okay.
well,
Okay.
but in your notes you would indicate that it's like the data. So bad data means that we got like the address wrong, like right person, right number, all that, but the address or some bit of information was wrong. Is that what happened?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so actually the person's name was wrong and the address was wrong. So that's what I was trying to figure out. Because in the past, usually the address was right, but then the wrong name.
That's his wrong number. Like we're calling the wrong
Yeah.
person. You just happen to get somebody that answered that owns a house. So, but then if they're also not interested, then that's just wrong number.
That's just wrong number. Oh, okay.
You got the wrong person. So that supersedes
Yeah.
wrong address, right? If we got the right person, right phone number, right? We called the number, we got the right
property in Galveston we'd be willing to listen to.
Okay, so you are interested in selling that one in Galveston?
Yeah. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No. Could you give me the address?
Yeah. It is.
Hello, you still there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
It's an Airbnb that we rent out. We also use it, you know, so it's not so much that we're trying to just do the we use it for our family, and then as well, you know, we use it as a rental as well. But it's got you know, security system, locks that can be programmed and reprogrammed, you know, as we have different tenants come in, and it's not a condo. It's a couple blocks from the beach, and yeah, it's been pretty good for us. We've got it listed right now, but you know, we'd be willing to take a listen to it.
Okay. Okay. So you are interested in listening to other options?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to verify, it is 1 bedroom, 1 full bath, correct?
Yep.
Okay. What would you rate the condition of it, like on a scale 1 to 10?
Yeah, I'd say probably 7 or 8. I mean,
7 or 8?
it's plenty good. You know, I mean, I guess anything in Galveston, you know, that kind of goes quick with the weathering and stuff like that. But I know it had a roof leak this year. You know, we fixed that, replaced, got a couple of air conditioners there. We replaced one of them this year, put in some insulation in the ceiling. It's nice, man. I mean, you can pull it up on Airbnb. I think the name of it is Hidden Hideaway. If you type in Hidden Hideaway Galveston, you'll get some. We've only had it for a couple of years. So.
Okay, I am looking at it right now. It's a baby blue painting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am looking at it right now. Does it need any work to it? Is there?
No, it's ready to go.
Oh, it's ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, it may need another window unit replaced soon, but those things are cheap, man.
Okay.
I think we replaced the last one for like $2 or $3 bucks.
Okay, so there's nothing that we should know about the property that, we should know about?
Man, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And what made you decide possibly selling it?
We're just, you know, it's not something that we use as often as we would like, you know, and it's not something that we really want to manage. You know, we just got one extra property, you know, and it would be better for somebody else, I think.
Okay.
And you know, I mean, we'd probably like to put in a pool here at the house. I mean, we're not moving out. The one you call about was this one, and that's our main residence. So we're staying here.
Okay. Now I see you have it listed for $259. Is there any wiggle room on that? Is that negotiable?
Oh,
because
absolutely.
we are investors. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Let's say that we do agree on a price. How soon are you looking to close?
As soon as possible, really.
Okay.
Give me a heads up. We agree on a price. I'll need to tell our real estate agent thanks for no thanks, you know, and then we'll, you know, arrange a private buyer.
I do understand. Now, do you happen to owe a mortgage on it?
Yes.
You do. Okay. Do you know the amount?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm
Not a
not
problem.
sure.
Okay. Not a problem. These are just questions that we have to ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, is this the best number to reach you that I have right here? 83255?
It is.
Okay. And email? Email?
Probably my work. It's my name, iron.com.
Okay.
That's right.
Perfect.
And what was your name?
My name is Jose Garcia.
And is
No,
there a
it's-
number? Is there a number I can reach you at?
Well, this is a number you can actually call back, but our acquisition team, they'll be the ones that'll be calling you back.
So
They'll be the ones that run. Excuse me?
where are you guys out of?
We're local home buyers. We're local.
Local to
Yeah.
local to Texas, local to
Yeah, local to Texas.
I'm having trouble getting the number. 915-4926.
Yes. It's just our system sometimes gives us different numbers. But
Yeah,
that's just the system that we use.
yeah, and be quick. I know we've been talking to a couple of other folks as well. We get a lot of calls. So just be quick and see if we can work something out.
Okay. Now, is there a specific time you would like a call? I don't want to bother you when you're at work or.
I work from home. My wife works from home. So any time between, I'd say 8 and 8 is fine.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So I'll go ahead and pass this information over to my acquisition team. They're the ones gonna, run some numbers with you, and all that. Now, is your wife also involved, like in the deed? Do we have to speak with both of you or just you?
No, but we bought it after we were married, so she's gonna have to be dealt with eventually anyway. Just because Texas is what do they call it? What kind of state? Where even if you buy a home or you buy something, after you're married, even if they're not on the deed, they have to sign off on it.
That's true. That is true. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, hey, Aaron, I really do appreciate your time. I'm going to send some information over to our property specialist. So they can do a due diligence and give you a call back. Okay.
Sounds good, man.
Perfect. You have a great day.
As well.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, be easy on me.
Oh, you were great, man. You had control of the call the whole time. You asked the right questions that are on that script. And, you didn't get scared when the guy asked all these questions about where you at and all that. You took control of it and you handled it pretty well for me. I think it was awesome.
Jose, what do you
Thank
think?
you, Miguel.
Start with your own feedback and then we'll jump into
I do feel like I made some mistakes, but I'm starting to get to know the system. That was, I think, one of my first leads. So, as days go by, it'll get better. But everybody makes mistakes. So, there are other questions that I did miss that I should have asked. But today it went a little bit smoother than yesterday.
Yeah, you're gonna get better, and the more you stick to the script and listen to the feedback, you're gonna get smoother and smoother.
Yeah, definitely.
Jose, man, that was awesome, dude. You
Thank you.
sound way better than I ever did when I started out. Oh my gosh, I had a lots of ums and ahs when I started. So you sounded very good. One of the things I love about you, man, is your voice is very authority. So when you say something, it sounds like you know what you're talking about. You sound sure of yourself. That goes a long way. So you just saying, yeah, we're local. That's it. There wasn't any question. That's what you are. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's something that's hard to teach. You almost have to just know how to do it. And so you having that type of skill is going to definitely make it where it's a lot easier for you on these phone calls. You got all the pillars. It's a little choppy, but nothing crazy. It went very good. You had a good conversation with him. I think he felt comfortable with you. That's why you got a lot more information than most. Just a few little things. If you do have someone that's asking about local and you're not, you don't, usually what we usually do is we do want to be local, but you want to pick a city that's near wherever you're calling. So say, for example, you're calling in the Houston area, you just say, yeah, we're in Houston. But if you're calling a smaller town, pick a town, a bigger town near it. Because if it's a small town and you don't know those streets, they're going to be, oh, what street are you on? You don't know that. So
Yeah.
always keep in mind if you ever get technical with them, just pick a bigger town, you'll be fine. But no, you did really good. And then the other thing was, I wouldn't give him your full name. I would just give him your first name and just leave it at that. Full name, sometimes that could be something that could bite you. You know, if it was someone that didn't want to talk to you and they're on the do not call list or something like that. So just keep it first name, you know, and you just say his first name and just keep it kosher and you're good. But other than that, man, really good call. I was impressed. Good job.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I felt like I did freeze up there for a second. I normally don't, but you know, it's a mistake. You know, as time go by, it won't happen again.
No, good man. You did good.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Anybody else got any feedback for Jose before I give mine?
Just a quickie, yeah, Jose. It didn't sound like you're first at all. It sounded like you've been doing it a while. Yeah. I don't know whether I missed it, but did you ask the price?
Yes.
You did. Okay, yeah, I missed it. Yeah, I must get tired. Yeah, well, yeah, very good job. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the prize, and then I asked him if there was room for negotiation, wiggle room, and he said yes, there was. So
Oh yeah. I remember that bit now. Yes. Yeah, it's all good when it's a different address. It was
Mhm.
Airbnb. It might have been nice to ask him, you know, why didn't the Airbnb work out? You know, so it just will help a team manager know which direction to
Yeah.
go with the exit strategy. So
Jose, you did a
Definitely,
really good
thank you.
job. You did a really good job, man. You got some good feedback so far. I'm gonna be nitpicky with my feedback just because I want you to get better.
No, of course.
This is some like more stuff after you get more comfortable, but it's applicable anytime. One thing we want to focus on is active listening to some of the when they say there's some key words that he said that could clue us into you know, his motivation or you know what's really going on with this whole picture. Like somewhere in there, like towards the end, he talked about an agent, right? He said an agent. He said he had to tell an agent, so sorry, we're going to go another direction or something like that. And he mentioned not wanting to manage the Airbnb, and he said he had it for only for a couple of years, which is there's something going on there, you know, because I'm going to take the other kind of perspective on this. He seemed really eager to be giving you information and being on the phone. So it was like he needs to sell that place, like something's going on. So it's important to pick up on those little things. And it's difficult to do. That's why we record the calls too. But that will give, I'm mentioning it because it'll also give you some direction in the phone call where you don't have to feel like you have to ask about the condition or you know this, that, or the other thing necessarily and go down a checklist. You could just really kind of ask about the scenario. You know, he's like, hey, you don't want to manage it anymore? Like what happens? Like, I don't want to use it, but it's for the family. Just some things in there to clear up that you could, you know, be conversational and talk to him about, which would kind of flesh out that call. And then that local two thing, when you that was great when you said that we're local. Remember to pivot and ask a question yourself. You notice that when you said that, gave it like, yeah, we're local. Perfect. You let it when you let it linger, he's like local to Texas. You're like, yeah, local to Texas. Lingering again. And it kind of just he let it go. But that's when we get tripped up when they're asking the questions, puts us on the defense. But you know, it's a great beginning to that. The finish of that is just to redirect with you know a question of our own, keep control of that conversation. And really good call, man. That's reminds me of a call that we calibrated. Hey, Sean, Diana, we had calibrated a call from somebody where this guy was like an Airbnb manager. You remember that? He was going to be I don't remember who that was, but we might be able to connect him and that guy or something. That might be something there to do, if I remember correctly. But
no, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, he wanted to manage, and then he knows a lot of people that have Airbnbs because that's what he does. So then somebody that has it, like this guy selling an Airbnb, it's right up his alley.
Yeah.
We'll have to like dig to find that. That's where Home Dispo would come in handy.
Right, that's exactly what I was thinking.
You know, so in the future that'll be real easy, but right now we're working on it.
Yeah, I want to underline what Cody said there, because he said it right at the end. Hurry up,
Yeah.
He definitely, something's going on there. So that's something we should put in the notes for the team manager who picks this one up. Because we want
Yeah, I
to
do understand.
that. Yeah.
I do see where it would pick up red flags.
Yeah. Those are buying, distress indicators possibly, where we might be able to come in and provide some value. You know what I mean? Hurry up. Nobody really says that. Like, hurry up means it's more than just, we don't really want it. We use it sometimes and all this other stuff. But it might be innocuous. It might be nothing. What else is going on? But that ain't the full story. I don't know what it is.
And kind of sort of, I took it as him telling me to hurry up because he does have an agent. And, before he lists it, I guess he's trying to tell us like, hurry up before I list it. That's how I kind of took it, So.
Yeah, no, 100%, and that's totally natural to take it that way. It's just overall, like the totality of the circumstances, it just doesn't check out. He wouldn't even be talking to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't be talking to us because it doesn't pass the sniff test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that people say because nobody's going to come out and tell you all their problems and everything that's going on off a cold call. So it's natural, but that's where we get in and kind of figure it out. So good job.
But it's really great to have these trainings because it kind of, I really do appreciate the feedback. For next calls, I will feel like I have a little bit more knowledge of what I should do and what to look for on the next calls. So I really do appreciate it, guys.
100%.
Yeah, if it helps, think of them as loose threads. You're looking for those loose threads to pull.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. All right. Yeah, great call. One
Thank
thing,
you.
Jose, that you want to do is we don't have acquisitions department here. That's an
Yeah.
we use property specialist here, right? It sounds less I don't know, just salesy, I guess. All right. So one of our property specialists will give you a call back. So that's the lead manager team, and then it goes there to the closer, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I did use them today. That was my first, that was one of the first leads.
Yes.
So so yeah, I got it. Thank you.
All right, so you got hung up on the part where and TJ gave you feedback on this about where we're local. Is it where you calling from? Local.
Yeah.
That part, great. You did good job on that part. Where you got hung up is you paused and you just had silence after.
Yeah.
And guys, this falls under call control, right? So how do we do call control? How do we exercise call control? What's the surefire way to control your call?
Ask questions.
Asking a question.
That's right. Validate question. So where are you calling me from? Oh, we're local. Like to pick up 2 or 3 flips a month, and every once in a while a buy and hold. And just wanted to see if you thought about selling. Sounds like you are. So just wanted to gather this information and send it up to one of our property specialists. So and what did you say the price was? Or hit them with the question. No dead air. That dead air is going to invite local. How local? And then oh well, shit. Local, and then you have to find the thing, and then before you know it, like TJ said, you're gonna have to find a cross street to tell them, yeah, this is where the office is. Get it off of that subject and onto the conversation piece that you want it to be on, and the best way to do that, no matter where you are in the combo. That's just one example. There's a million.
Like shot froze.
Validate what they don't. Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Validate and then question. Validations can be something as simple as like, oh, okay, awesome. Oh, that's amazing. Something like that, or you're repeating the last thing they said or whatever. It just lets them know that you heard them and then hit them with a question. That's how you exercise call control, everybody. He asked the question at the end. This is a trivia question for everybody in the room. So he said, well, my wife, she's not on the title and blah, 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 but we're here and I don't know what it's called. What is that called? Who can tell me what that's called?
Joint type. It's called joint something, right?
Community property?
Tenants in common, joint tenancy.
Yeah, joint.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, drink something.
Who
Joint.
dropped it? Ivy. There you go. Atta girl, Ivy. There you go. There's a definition of it, right? Texas is a community property state, which means if you are husband and wife and you buy a big ticket item, start a business, do this, do that, you're partners. That's
Yeah,
50.
joint property.
But she don't need to be on the title. But she is a decision maker. But great question. On that note, Jose, here's a better way to ask for decision makers. It's in the script, so get comfortable with asking it that way. Because if you ask a man, guys, if you're asking a man if they're the decision maker, you're basically challenging their manhood, right? You're literally asking, who wears the pants around here? You or the wife with the missus? Who should I be talking to? Right? Who's the decision maker? And what is a man gonna say? Oh, hell no, I'm the decision maker. Everything goes through me. And he's gonna puff out his chest. So we can't challenge people's manhood, especially when it's a guy, right? So the
Yeah,
best
true.
way that we found to skirt around that topic is to say, hey, Jose, I want to be very respectful of everybody that might have a say in this decision. Is there anybody else we need to bring into the combo about this? Anybody might have a say in the matter? Now we're asking if anybody has an opinion or a say in it, as opposed to who's the decision maker. We're asking for a decision maker, but it's a way gentler way without challenging, or being like subliminally confrontational. We're not meaning to be. It's just the way it's how you ask, right?
Yeah, true.
You guys ever heard that expression? It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes, of course.
You ask the same question, you just ask it in a different way, you're gonna get a different response and reaction out of it. That script that we put together, and we're still working on it. We're constantly trying to upgrade it, update it. Every time we find something that's working well, we're gonna bring it up to date. And you guys on your calls should constantly be thinking like, hey, how did that land? When I delivered it this way, with my tone, with my question, with my wording, with my mirroring, whatever it is, how is that coming back, right? Stand-up comics have to read the room. They go out there, they tell their jokes, and then they read the audience. They see what works, what doesn't. They keep the stuff that works, they chuck what doesn't. They keep bringing in new material. You guys are the same. You have to, if you want to be the best, you have to take a page out of a stand-up comics book, and you have to be able to read your audience, see what's working, see what's landing, see what's not. Get rid of the stuff that's not. Tweak it, make it better, improve it until it lands perfectly. All right, guys. Great call. Let's hit the next one. Who's the next call?
The next call is a guest call.
It's was submitted from James.
James, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Shot?
Good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
A minute.
All right, who we got? Who's it? What's the person's name? Or is it James himself?
No. It's Eddie. He's right there.
Eddie, let's
There's
go.
Ernesto. Ernesto is gonna be my call.
All right, let's calibrate it. What's up, man? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Let's calibrate.
Hello, Miss Simpson.
Who is this?
Hi, my name is Eddie. I'm calling in regards to your property on Mosley Avenue.
Who?
My name is Eddie.
Teddy.
Yes. I was calling in regards to your property, 2148 Mosley Avenue.
What about it?
So I'm looking to buy property. I don't know if you'd be interested in selling this year.
No.
Gotcha.
Well, it depends on how much you give me for it.
Excuse me?
It's a wonder how much you're going to give me for it.
It all depends on the current conditions of the property, things like that.
Well, I redone the whole inside. It's got new everything in it. So,
Right. And like when you say new everything, is that like new insulation, new electrical, new plumbing,
no.
countertop?
No, I meant new bathroom faucets, new kitchen tile on the floor, new kitchen faucet.
Okay, what about cabinets and countertops?
No new cabinets, no countertops.
Okay. So just new flooring in the kitchen.
And yeah, I painted the whole inside. I'm asking 150 for it, 150,000.
150,000. Okay. Did you get it appraised at that price?
No, but that's what I'm asking for.
Okay. Gotcha. You just come up with that number yourself, or do you know?
Well,
is that
I
what
had.
properties
Well,
are
no,
selling
I
for
did
in the
have.
area?
I did have an appraisal for it. Yes,
At
yes, I did.
150.
Yes.
Okay. And how long ago was this?
About maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago.
Okay. So do you have like a current timeline as when you're looking to sell the property, or are you
Well,
looking at a cash offer? You want to put this on the market? I mean, I don't
well,
know
I'm
what
looking for a cash offer.
you're looking for a cash offer at 150K.
Yes.
Honestly, cash offers, if that's what they're telling you is the retail value of your property, cash offers are from anyone. It's usually going to be between 20 to 40% from retail value as a cash offer.
So how much would that be then? You know.
I mean, that's what 150. Let me just do the math real quick. Let's see. It's at 150,000. I'm a little slow at math. Give me a second.
I'm not even good at math. So.
Okay, so I mean, just roughly. I mean, just don't take my word for it, but I mean, probably a cash offer would probably go between, maybe 80,000 to maybe 100,000, somewhere in there. Maybe just give or take. It just depends on conditions. I don't know how old the
Yeah.
roof is, and if there's any foundation, electrical, or plumbing issues.
Well, no, there is no. I'm not. It needs to be updated. My electrical needs to be updated.
Okay.
That's about it.
So it's not up to code right now, the electrical?
I don't think so. It might be, but I'm not for sure. I don't think so.
Right. Okay. I mean, because, normally we do buy properties as is, in whatever, shape they are. But, like, what we can
Yeah.
actually offer is just, it's all going to depend on the current conditions, what we're actually going to have to, do to the property, et cetera. And then at the end of the day, it's just going to be, how serious you are about selling, If you want to sell,
Yeah.
there's many options that we could find a buyer for you, et cetera. Just make something create a win-win situation is what we like to do, half the time. But it just all depends how serious you are,
Yes.
and kind of your timeline. You don't know how old the roof is on this?
Probably about 10 years, I
10
think.
years?
Yes.
And the heating and the AC, is it in good shape, or you know how old it is? The HVAC system.
Yes. No, it's new because I just bought it. Maybe I really don't know when I bought it because I didn't keep the papers. But it's
Right.
fairly new because I just bought it.
You
Maybe
say like
I
less
don't
than
know.
5 years.
Oh, it's been more than 5, I think. maybe
Okay.
10 or so.
Gotcha. And we don't have a mortgage on this no more. This is like a clean and clear title that we're working with.
No, there's a mortgage on it.
Oh, there's a mortgage on it. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I owe about 15,000 on it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
Right. And
'cause I've
just
been there 27 years, so.
Okay. And what's got you thinking to sell? You know, after 27 years, you just looking to move.
I just want out. I just want to get me in a retirement place, you know, somewhere. I don't know. I just want to move out of there.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. And so this is your place, right? It's not vacant. You currently live there, correct?
No, yeah, I live there. I'm staying there until I sell it.
Gotcha. And honestly, Miss Karen, what are you looking to get out of it? You actually wanting to get the 150K that you said it was appraised at, you know?
Well, I like to get at least 100,000 out of it in my pocket.
Right.
In my pocket.
Right. And that's the walk away. That's including, you know, if we end up paying the 15K mortgage.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Miss Karen, honestly, I think the thing we could do next is probably, you know, come see the property. I don't know how, you know, when you're available, if we could actually come see the property and then, you know, actually give you an offer and then we could just go from there.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to get back with you to let you know.
Okay. No problem. No problem at all. Do you currently have a timeline when you want to, you know, start the process, or when do you want to, like, you know, have it sold by, etc.?
Well, no, I don't. I just gotta. No, not really.
Okay. No problem. When do you think you know, like, give or take, we could actually come see the property, like in the coming weeks, or, you know, a couple of days, or I mean, I don't know how serious you are, but I mean, if you're serious, we'll come see the property, and you know, we'll make you an offer, and we can just go from there.
Maybe in a couple of weeks.
In a couple weeks, okay. All right. Well, Ms. Karen, I guess, you know, think about it. What do you want to do, or if, you know, you want to talk to someone else and see you know, what kind of, you know, offers you can get out there. You know, and a lot of people do that. They shop around, you know, but you know, if you're serious, we would want to come see the property first, and then, you know, give you an offer and just go from there. But, you know, I guess I'd give you a call back in a couple weeks and, you know, see where you're at.
Yeah, give me a call back.
Okay, that sounds good, Ms. Karen. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. My name is Eddie. I work with direct home buyers here out of Wichita. And I'll give you a call back here in a couple weeks, see where you're at in the process, and, you know, maybe we can come see the house.
All right. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Karen. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Wow. I'm confused.
Well, what's your feedback on your call now that you heard it?
Honestly, there for a minute, I thought she could have just been playing games, because she said she didn't have an appraisal, and then she came back and said she had an appraisal just 7 months ago, and it's at 150, and it doesn't concord with what she's saying. She said everything in was new. Then all she did was just put new faucets and floor, you know. So basically it needs an update. Then she said her electrical was, you know, out of code. So I mean, I doubt it got appraised at 150. So I mean, I basically just did the math for it because Alpha 150. I think Zillow had it at 104 maybe is what it was, something like that. So, I was just, going off of what she was saying off the 150 and kind of just gave her a bogus number after I did a little math. And I was kind of surprised she stayed on the phone after the whole math deal because it was just quiet for a minute. But I just kind of started, jumping in back into the strip, trying to get the information for what we need so we could actually, get this deal to her. And then after that, I just try to call it and go ahead and set up an appointment so we can get our specialist to him. But she said she wasn't really ready. So I mean, I set a task, gonna call her at the end. I probably should call her tomorrow. This was maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay, good stuff. Let's get some feedback here. I got some stuff for you, but who has feedback for Ernesto?
I got a little bit. Ernesto, good job, man. Yeah, you got a lot of information from her. Good job. Just a couple of things. Some of the phrasing you used. You could tweak it a little bit. And it might give you some different results. One of the things you said was, did you come up with that number yourself? The way you phrased it, it kind of made it where she might get defensive on you. So just you might say, hey, where'd that number? How'd you come up with that number? Sometimes it's a little nicer way of saying it. One of the other things you said was, don't take my word for it. You always want to be authority. You're saying, if you put doubt in there, then she might not trust you. And so you just say, by my experience, this is what we're seeing in the area. It could be a little bit off, but it's going to be in this range. Something of that nature. When you start showing that hesitancy, then sometimes they'll be hesitant on you. The other thing is when she was hesitant for you to come see the property, say, I've been doing this for a little while. When you're hesitant, there's sometimes I miss something that you're not sure about. Is there something that I could have talked to you about that might help, that you're not sure about that we can overcome right now? And sometimes that'll get them where, oh yeah, I'm not sure about this, or, what has you reluctant for us to come by would be another question you could ask to just see if there's something that you could cover that might open that door for y'all to go see it and that kind of thing. But good job, man. You got a lot of information. Good job.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'll definitely kind of take that and rephrase some words. You're definitely right on showing the authority. If I show hesitation, they're gonna some other sellers could jump on that and kind of retrace. So yeah, definitely gonna implement that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great feedback, DJ. Good stuff.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. Just one of the things I really didn't like about this call. Everything is good, tonality. But even the dead silence were kind of all right for this person's personality. She was really just mellow. I did catch what you said, which was basically, is this girl being for real? Is she lying? Is she like something mentally? She doesn't remember things anymore. What's going on? So it was good. It's a nice hard close as well, setting up the next expectation. Wording, like TJ mentioned, that was pretty good as well. But I didn't like that price was discussed. I just didn't like that one bit. It was done somewhat better than just giving that a number, but I will stay away from that. And I'm not just telling it to you, I'm like telling it to everybody that does cold calling. Stay away from trying to discuss numbers over the phone. Let the closer do that for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's where I was confused. I thought it was perhaps he was a closer because I didn't know we could do that. I'm just a bit confused about that.
Okay,
Because at the base,
I go out on a limb, bro. I go out on a limb with that. I just take the initiative and try to do it.
I know. I just didn't know that we were able to do that. I thought our mission was like to gather information and send it over to the specialist and all, gain some interest. I had no idea. I mean, I don't know. Just confused a little bit. That's all. But it was great. I mean, sounds like you got experience in what you're doing.
Man, I've been doing this about a year.
There you go.
Yeah. So Miguel, Ernesto and James, like they're on a different team.
Oh, okay.
You're not allowed to give the number. No, you will get written up. You do it a couple times, you won't be here. Like we're way too far off at this point. So Ernesto, let me ask you a couple questions. Why is the lady selling?
She wants to go to a retirement home. She's ready to dip out. She's been there 27 years. It seems like probably maintenance is going to be an issue for her, I imagine, so she's trying to get into a retirement home. Maybe she sells, she can.
But did she say that, or we're assuming that she can't keep up with the property?
Assuming after, mentioning the electrical and, saying that everything was ready and, not actually everything would be in ready, and
Yeah, no problem. Just play this game with me.
go for it.
Does she have what retirement home? Is it already picked out? Is she ready to move, or when's that happening?
Right, I didn't dive into that at all. That
No
was
problem.
definitely, she did give me an entrance on that and trying to, help her keep the ball rolling. Sometimes you got to get these sellers to move, make them take initiative. So yeah, definitely, I should have jumped on that. I caught it a little bit, but sometimes when I'm on the phone, just brain goes everywhere, and so don't really know which the next question or where to take the next step during the call.
Well, that's what we're here for here, right? Is to
Exactly.
just get the reps in. And then one advice that I'll give you is, if you learn a script, either our script or your own script, or if James has a script, not so that you guys can sound scripted, right? You guys want to everybody in here. There's different scripts, right? Cold call script, lead manager script, acquisition script, renegotiation script, realtor script. There's a bunch of different scripts. But it's not to sound scripted and be like, oh, I'm going to read every word on this thing, and this is like the silver bullet. I just do this and I'm going to win every time. No.
Right.
What you guys have to do is make goal number one to memorize a script so that you can get comfortable enough, not having to worry about where you are in the combo, that no matter what they say, you have some questions and some one-liners and rebuttals and answers, and your brain frees up. It's like muscle memory. It's like working out. It's like anything else. The more you do it, the easier it gets, right? And these conversations, your brain power will be able to shift from where am I in the combo? What's my next question? What am I going to say? To being able to just relax and listen to what they have to say. And then based on what they say, then coming up with the appropriate question, right? To flow. That's what that script, any script that you guys get comfortable and memorize is going to do for you. So it's more of a guide than it is an actual script.
Right.
The reason we don't want to give out numbers is because of that, because there's far too many things that are left to the imagination. And here's the moral of the story at the end of the day. What is the one thing that lady wanted from you, Ernesto?
She asked me, she's like, what are you offering? That was where I got in. She said, what are you offering? And that's where I got in.
So
she wanted to actually hear a number and see what she could get. And then she started mentioning why she needed, to sell.
Why she needed
get
the
into a
numbers, right.
retirement. Yeah.
So she has one question for us, right? All sellers, guys, all sellers need only one thing from us. They only have one valid, real question. What's your offer? What are you going to offer me? It's the one thing they want to know. But we want to know the motivation, the timeline, the condition, the price. We want to know why you're moving. When are you moving? How are you moving? We want to know, where are you at in the process? Who's the decision? We have a lot of questions, and they only have one question. So the reason we don't give the offer at that juncture, we don't even, on our team, like our sales process, and Ali put it in here. She asked you a question, James. She said, what is your sales process? Right? Because there's a lot of ways to skin the cat here, but the way our team is set up is we do the cold call, we try to get the 4 pillars, then we go to lead manager and they try to dig deeper to find out those questions that I just asked. And once we have a solid understanding of who's involved, what time frame, why is she moving, how many options has she explored, has she talked to a realtor, is there any other decision makers or lawyers or people that are going to pop out of nowhere and ruin the deal? There's all these things. Once those all get checked off, then we can go into, okay, here's the number, and it goes to underwriting. We run comps, and then we can come back. So that usually takes anywhere upwards of 15 phone calls. 15, ladies and gentlemen, 15. 15. Not
Yeah,
one
definitely.
call, not 2 call, not 3 call, not 4 call. The 0% deal we just got, was that this week or last week, Kelly?
Last week.
last week. We got a 0% deal. How many calls did that take, Ali? From cold call to final pickup at the Dairy Queen?
102. We got to count.
Sounds right.
No exaggerating. No exaggerating. It took 5 months of calls and follow-ups, and okay, you signed it. I got to send it to my lawyer, and then the lawyer looked at it. 100 calls later, we got it done. Right? So if we give the number on call number 1, we're dead to her now. She's like, okay, you're at like 80 to 100. I'm getting calls every day. Let me see who else. Let me see who's going to give me 110, 120, 130. I'll just hold out until I get a higher number. But what you were trying to do, you said, Ernesto, like some of these sellers, we got to move them along. We don't have any power over that. That lady is not going to sell the house no matter how bad you want her to sell the house. She doesn't give a crap about what you think or what James thinks or what I think or what anybody in this room thinks. She might care what her lawyer thinks or her husband or somebody else, but she don't care what none of us think, guaranteed. And we're not going to convince anybody in the world to sell their house if they're not thinking about selling it.
I also think sellers may not even realize it, but they're not really I think there's more than just price. They're looking for an answer to a problem. They're looking for a solution. And if we can come up with that solution, then they may be interested in talking to us again. So the outro on these calls has to make them want us to call them back because they believe that we've got a solution to whatever they're facing. And the only way they're going to feel that is if we find out why they're moving, what the motivation is. A price is almost like a side effect. And if we come up with price, then that might not solve the problem. So we have to find out what the problem is.
Yep. Graham's right on with that. So to take this to the extreme, like whatever her price was, 150, go, okay, hey, we'll pay 175 right now. Let's do it. She'd come up with something else or say, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's because that's not supported by anything, you know, that offer or that price. You know, she thinks it's the price, likely, or maybe because she hasn't even thought through what her problems are, if any. So that's why we got to get in there and find that out. Because if we just give prices, they're like, okay, cool. That's not what they're looking for. Just like Graham said, they're looking for a solution to their problem. That's what we need them to be doing, is finding a solution to a problem. Otherwise, we're not the buyers for them, most likely. Maybe be able to connect them with somebody or something like that. But again, asking questions and figuring out what their situation is, how it can help, will even help us make a referral for them. But that price, you know, it's this weird thing. Like, you think if you give them a good price or give them the price, it doesn't go anywhere, because it's not the thing. You know, it is just comes along with how you know, addressed and solve their problem. That it's dictated by that. Nothing more, nothing less.
What kind of questions would you suggest to ask in that situation, like to kind of unveil what that problem is?
Yeah, so you get into what it is. So look at the beginning of the call, she's like, I ain't interested in selling. Okay. And then she's like, hey, I want to go to a retirement home. And towards the end of the call. So your job in there to be, someone said this guy should be closing, this guy should be curious. So hey, Sarah or whatever your name, look, you said you weren't interested in selling, and now you're telling me about this retirement home. I'm confused. Help me understand that. You know, what were your plans with that? What have you been doing? You know, when did you realize that you wanted to go to the retirement home? You know, what's talk to her and figure it out. Because that'll give you some ins into the conversation, and just approach it like you don't care whether or not we buy her house necessarily. You know what I mean? Whatever is going to happen with that sale, as far as us being able to help or not. And the only way to do that is to find out about their situation. So I would just be curious. I don't know. I'd have to listen to the call again, because there's some jump off points in there. But just be curious about it. You know what I mean? And say, what's got, I mean, we started off with you not wanting to sell it. Now you want to go to this retirement home. You know, what is going on with that? Explain that to me. Show me what you were thinking. What retirement homes you thinking about? You want to retire over where you are, near somebody, or, you know, what's going on? It's just something going on there. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody has some other questions that they could kind of direct you with, but it's really going to be dependent on the things that she said.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just like Chad said, did you pick up on it? And if you didn't, you kept going with the call. So unfortunately, I didn't pick up on it at the time, right then and there. But I was just wanting to ask, if maybe there was something you guys would, manage. But yeah, definitely you gotta have to pick up on that. So, and just, eyes open all the time.
I was
ears
going to
open.
say as well, think back over this is for everyone. Think back over your life and the times you've moved house and think of the reasons. Maybe as a child, mum and dad said, "Hey, we're moving house. What's your first question?" As a kid, even as a kid, what do you ask mum and dad? Why we're moving, right? I mean, why are we moving? Especially, that's the first thing that pops into your mind, like with any relatives or anything. Think about whenever you've moved house or even role play. I confess this, but I mean, I did this the other day. I just filled out a form and I got a call and I was the seller, pretended to be the seller. So you can feel what the seller's feeling like. Why are you moving? What's the reason?
And wasting competitors' pay-per-click dollars budget.
Yep. That's the thing too.
Love it. Love it.
Amazing
So
what
I
you
did-
feel, yeah, actually, when you put it in that, because you can imagine it, but actually when you're playing it for real, you have to think through a lot. It's good to see that.
So, James, I got a question for you. It's hard for me to give feedback when I don't understand like the process completely. So you guys have the cold call, take it as far as you can and set an appointment. And then you guys walk it and then go back and make an offer.
Basically, if you'd want to describe it like that, yeah.
Okay. Got it. So with that, I guess the only thing I'd be like curious about is he asked a lot of questions about condition. And if you guys walk the property, I think you could probably cut condition out and replace like that time with.
That's a great point. I think I talked to him about it as well. I was there during that call, literally
Okay.
live. So I was letting him know, like, you need to move past conditions, like forget the roof, forget that, like we're gonna go walk it, don't worry about it. Like move on to something else. But when he's on a call, right, he has to be concentrating. He's not gonna be paying attention to somebody who's in front of you going like this, hey, move on.
No, I
And
hear you.
he did one time when he was doing the numbers, I was like this, but he was already on his track. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna back away because I don't want to ruin what could possibly be something that he's the one getting paid to do it, right? So I completely understand what you said. We talked about it, and the one thing about Ernest is that he's very coachable. So that takes you a long time. He'll listen to every single bit of things that Cody said, that Graham said, that Shad said, that you said, so he can get better. So that's a good thing.
No, yeah, it wasn't a dig. I'm just trying to understand because not everybody is going to implement our sales process. I know that. So I want to make sure that the feedback we're giving actually helps you guys in your process and not
did.
trying to mold you into,
Yes, I
something else.
heard Shad talk about it. Sorry to interrupt, but I heard Shad and I heard Graham and Cody. And I think when they heard it, I think that they realized the same thing. I'm like, yeah, like it sounds really good, but where's the structure? Where are we going with this? Like there has to be that. And I think that's the main thing. That's why I came back to this training. That's why I wanted to bring him to this training, because this training actually works. I don't know how many of you guys have been here. I know Elby's been here for a while, and I know a few of the other ones have been here for a while, but this training actually works. Even if you're really good on the phone and you have absolutely no structure, you're gonna mess up more times than you would by having structure. And drilling a script at the beginning, I didn't like it one bit. I think me and Diana, she would tell me all the time, she'd be like, hey, we gotta stay to this. And I was like, I'm freestyling, I'm better off like that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm better with structure. I need the structure so I know exactly what I'm doing from point A to point B. Not that I don't know, it's just that I'm gonna forget eventually in one of them calls.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, now that I know that, that makes sense. So next time I can kind of plug in a little bit. But Ernesto, on this call, nobody pointed it out, but let's give you some credit. She went from 150 to 115. That was a 35,000 price drop.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
this lady's definitely motivated. Something's going on. And you're like, all right, what are you looking to net? That question is money all day, every day. Oh, I'm only looking to net 100. All right, plus that $15,000 mortgage, we're at 115. All right, cool. I wouldn't even press her on it. You just got 35,000 off.
Yeah,
She'll probably get more off. So I just want to say kudos to you for doing that. What are you looking to net? Question, money. So good job.
Yeah, we're definitely here trying to get that structure. I think that's kind of what I'm kind of missing, is where I'm losing a lot of deals, or not deals, but leads. It's where I'm missing a lot of leads. We've gone over some of my calls, and James was like, "Hey man, we can come over here. Maybe you could listen to these guys." This is kind of where I started getting a lot of growth, was after he started training here with you guys, and I watched him grow. And we were at different companies at that time, and I was like, man, and so I've where we're working now. Most of the cold callers, they work different than I do. They've kind of gave me a little freedom to kind of do your thing, jump at it, because they've seen my results. And so now I'm here trying to get that structure so I can have a better base and build even more, and get better at what we're doing.
Yeah, I just want to make sure as well that you understand that what you did about price was just too early. I mean, you're clearly skilled on talking about price. You got the skill. But what we're saying is it was just too early. You need to find a solution first so that she feels that you care and that she looks forward to the next conversation. When the phones are put down, that she's feeling, oh, I hope they call me back, because she feels that you care. Because if it's just about the money, you're just like everybody else. And what we're saying on this team is we want to be set apart so they think of us. That's the idea. So, in fact, you anchored are really low. So you clearly got good skills on negotiating price and working that out. We're just saying it's too early. That's all.
Thank you, Graham. I definitely needed to hear that. I've heard it differently, but the way you said it's too early. Definitely you guys don't do numbers at all. I usually don't, but like I told Miguel earlier, I've been trying to go out on a limb there, and just be more resourceful to the company, and because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done a lot better, and including me. So yeah, definitely I'm going to stay away from the number talks on the first call. James has told me as well, but I guess just my drive just kind of takes me there sometimes in different calls. But I'm going to take a step back and get away from numbers, at least on that first call, and definitely like you say, set apart and be a solution to the seller. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, good stuff, brother. I love the attitude. That's what it takes to grow, guys. Like you guys can all learn from one another, from the previous callers, the scripts. That's what this room's all about. Cutting that learning curve. All right, awesome. We're running a little bit over tonight, but anybody got any last minute questions before we wrap up? We're here Monday through Thursday, just as a reminder, not here tomorrow, but we're back Monday night, same time.
Yeah, I do have one thing I wanted to ask about, and that is there like any kind of gallery of like a perfect cold call that we can kind of listen to and take notes from and maybe possibly learn from to gauge what we're doing different and what we should be striving for? Because a script is a thing, but also listening to a call happening, how the person responds to that script, etc., would also really it would be really helpful.
You got on YouTube, honestly, there's a lot of videos, just a lot of material on YouTube. I think this is on YouTube as well. So I mean, there's other people that are handing out material. You can hear others cold call live. I think there's some live things going on YouTube as well that I've
this one's
jumped on.
These are all on YouTube now, but we're working on creating for trainings. This came up just recently, actually. I forget who mentioned it, but somebody suggested like, hey, let's get some really good calls as examples, and kind of make that as like the barometer of what to do on calls, right? Not just listening to calls and how to make them better, but like, hey, here's some calls that we really hit, did really well. So
If I wanted to say one more thing, I know we listened to Jose's call earlier as well. With the when they ask you about the like where you're located and stuff, just a little quick tip is always have Google Maps open. If you can invest in a second screen, do so. I think it'll add value to the cold caller, whoever's behind it, So, having two screens, you can have the maps on one side and your call on the other side, etc. I know there's some apps you can make your screen in the 4 little squares, etc. If you can see that. So I think that just that'll help if anybody hasn't done that, but keep Google Maps open. That way, whenever you're dialing a campaign, etc., if you're dialing a specific city or town, kind of familiarize, take a little 5 minutes before you start dialing to familiarize the area, etc. That way you can go ahead and block those out before it even happens. You already know. Like how, yeah, we're in East Texas or we're North Texas, or yeah, we're through this and that. And it'll help because it's helped me. Somebody gave me that advice and I took it, and it's definitely helped on a lot of calls.
Definitely, thank you. I would definitely take that into consideration. But I do have a question. Do we also doing commercials, properties, or commercial buildings?
we'll look at it. Yeah, we don't specialize in commercial, but we'll look at it.
Okay. So we don't take.
We'll look at anything that's real estate.
All right.
But single family is the bread and butter. That's what we really like. Duplex, triplex, quadplex, but we'll look at commercial, small multifamily, large multifamily. We'll send it to people that do specialize in those things.
Yeah, I'm looking for hotels and motels. If you come across those,
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereabouts you looking for, Graham?
What's that, Mike?
I was just wondering where's what market?
Anywhere in the States. I've got a network that I can dispo on.
Okay, I might have someone here with a motel.
Okay, wonderful. Send it to beexcited@gmail.com.
Well, all right, guys. Well, good call. I hope you guys got some value. If you have friends in real estate, let them know about the blueprint. This is the place where we all come to get better, right? Bring questions, bring your calls, get them calibrated, get your feedback, right? And yeah, that's what we're all about. Iron sharpens iron, right? So if I don't see you guys, if you're not on Diana's team, I'll see you guys Monday. And if you are on Diana's team, then yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, thanks everybody. Everybody have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Yes.
Okay.